There is no possible way that you guys believe you don't have a purpose in this life. I've told you over and over, I've taught you about self-actualization. I've taught you about self-transcendence. I've told you your purpose. Your purpose is to create the individual you admire in all ways and give that person to the world. There's no way you believe your purpose is to just make money. But if you follow your purpose, you will make money. So the point is to create the individual you admire, self-actualization, your actualization phase, where you're turning yourself into the best version of you. Self-actualization. Create the person you admire and give that person to the world. Self-transcendence. You have to realize that this is your purpose. Others are your purpose. Your purpose isn't just to make money. So how are you going to use that fact, that quote, that understanding of building the best you and giving yourself to the world to make a living that's beautiful? You need to use the internet. When you can help people in mass, nothing is more valuable than getting people off the drugs, off the alcohol, having them love their body more, connect with life more, connect with individuals more. Nothing is more powerful than this. Why don't you understand it? That's what we're doing here. I can't believe everybody's so lost. How could it ever be a problem when you said, you know what, I'm going to track my macros, I'm going to get up earlier, I'm going to drop the drugs and alcohol, I'm going to read more, and I'm going to give a better version of me to my friends, to my family, to my employees, and to everybody around me. How is that ever considered negative? Why? Because your comforts were taken? You had to get up earlier? You couldn't drink and do drugs anymore? What the fuck could you ever spin this in a negative way for? And how the fuck could you ever believe it's a problem to pay someone to learn this? You don't know your macros. You ain't strong enough to stay off the drugs and alcohol yourself. Nobody is. You need a support system. That's why everybody just goes back to their same behaviors, because guess what? The people they're around push them to the drugs and alcohol. Those aren't your fucking friends. So, getting in a group like mine, where nobody drinks or does drugs, starting to track your macros in a group like mine and learning your fats, proteins, and carbs from someone who knows exactly what you should eat so you can love your body and connect with yourself more. Training every day with a group like mine, because you see us on Instagram. You see my posts on YouTube. You get to connect with everybody in my group on Instagram and in person, and they're doing their workouts too. They're holding you accountable. They're holding themselves accountable. And we're all holding each other accountable like I do using Instagram. Instagram is so powerful to do that. And even if my page is down, my whole community is living it. You get to meet hundreds, thousands of people who live the same daily process. That process, those habits of building the best you, is the gateway to you building the best you first and then giving that person to the world. I don't care if you want to be a coach or not. You should want to help other people. You should understand that the only way you're going to be happy is to work on you. And then in the parts of the day where you're done working on you, you've hit everything in your process, to teach others. People are lost. They really think doing drugs and drinking and seeking meaningless sex and all this bullshit is really going to fulfill them. They really believe that. And they're just going to dig themselves in a deeper, deeper hole of massive guilt and shame and depression to where they don't even value their own life. They don't even respect themselves at that point. I don't understand how you could disrespect yourself consistently and then wonder why you don't have love and respect for yourself. It's just the habits. I showed you guys that video that one day of Kevin Gates saying, Wes Watson's my favorite motivational speaker. All he says is habits, 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 because that's the only thing that separates us. If I change your habits, I change your life. If I change you through habitual construction, you're a better version of you. The best version of you gets everything done better. The best version of you takes the top spot in anything you do. That's why I tell people, you still suck at being you, motherfucker. And they're like, why? You can't even get up on time? You can't even quit disrespecting yourself by overeating food, by drinking, by doing drugs and all this bullshit? You can't even stop the things that are causing your life to go downhill. That's all I want for you. That's all I've wanted for us. That's all I knew changed my life. I have all the money, I have all the stuff, I have everything. But if I don't have my habits, I feel like shit and I hate myself. If I feel like shit and hate myself, there's no way I can connect with others the way I need to live a good fucking life. How do people really lie to themselves that bad? And look in the mirror and think they're proud of themselves when they've gained 30 or 40 pounds over the last year or 2 or 3 years. And then they're just telling themselves that, no, I'm a great person. You're a bad example because you don't want others to see how you're living, emulate you, and then you pass that pain on to them. There's no way it's not painful to look in the mirror and hate your body. And now you're guiding them down that path. How the fuck would you consider yourself a friend or a mentor or a leader if you're passing on the pain you've known your whole fucking life to those around you, your kids, your friends, your family, your coworkers, everyone? You guys will see everything come back. You guys will see everything come back in line for Wes Watson. Why? Because we all do need tests, but we all will elevate from the tests. I don't even give a fuck what happens to me in my life as long as I uphold my character, I uphold my habits, and I uphold my word to you guys. Let's go!